Welcome. Today, we're diving into one of life's most intriguing questions. What is happiness? Happiness isn't just about fleeting moments of pleasure or a quick burst of joy. It's a complex, multi-layered concept that has fascinated psychologists, philosophers, and social scientists for centuries. At its heart, happiness involves both how we feel about our lives and the actual conditions we live in. It's about well-being, satisfaction, and fulfillment. As we explore, you'll see that happiness is shaped by our emotions, our achievements, our relationships, and even our cultural backgrounds. Let's start by unpacking the core ideas behind happiness before we look at the different models that try to explain it. Psychology, happiness is often measured as subjective well-being, or SWB for short. This means looking at how satisfied people are with their lives, how often they feel positive emotions, and how rarely they experience negative ones. It's not just about feeling good in the moment, but about having a balance, more positive than negative experiences over time. This approach helps researchers compare happiness across different people and cultures. But it also raises questions. Can we really measure happiness with a survey? And does feeling good always mean we're truly happy? These are some of the challenges we'll keep in mind as we move forward. Philosophers have long debated what happiness really means. Two classic ideas are hedonia and eudaimonia. Hedonia is all about pleasure, seeking enjoyment and comfort, and avoiding pain. Eudaimonia, on the other hand, is about living with purpose, realizing your potential, and staying true to your values. While these may sound like opposites, many experts now see them as complementary. True happiness often involves both, enjoying life's pleasures and finding deeper meaning. As we'll see, modern models of happiness often blend these two perspectives. Happiness isn't the same for everyone or at every stage of life. For children, happiness might come from play and feeling safe. For adults, it could be about achievements, purpose, or strong social connections. As we age, happiness often shifts toward acceptance and gratitude. Culture also plays a huge role. In individualistic societies, happiness is tied to personal success and independence. In collectivist cultures, it's more about harmony, family, and fulfilling social roles. This means there's no single definition of happiness. It's shaped by where and how we live. Let's look at the first major model, the hedonic model. Rooted in ancient philosophy, it says happiness is about maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain. In psychology, this idea evolved into the subjective well-being model, which measures life satisfaction, positive emotions, and the absence of negative emotions. It's easy to measure and compare, but critics say it can be shallow. Pleasure doesn't always last, and it doesn't guarantee a meaningful life. Still, it's a useful starting point for understanding what makes us feel good. Next, we have the eudaimonic model and the PERMA model. The eudaimonic model, inspired by Aristotle, focuses on living authentically and realizing your potential. Carol Riff's psychological well-being model breaks this down into autonomy, growth, self-acceptance, purpose, mastery, and relationships. The PERMA model, created by Seligman, adds even more: positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. These models go beyond pleasure, emphasizing growth, purpose, and connection. They're especially useful in therapy, education, and even the workplace. Let's explore two more models: self-determination theory and set-point theory. Self-determination theory says happiness comes from meeting three basic needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. When we feel in control, capable, and connected, we thrive. This model works across cultures and highlights the power of intrinsic motivation. Set-point theory, meanwhile, suggests we each have a baseline level of happiness, influenced by genetics. While big events can shift our mood, we often return to our set point. But research shows that intentional actions, like practicing gratitude or building relationships, can move that baseline over time. Barbara Fredrickson's Broaden-and-Build theory adds another layer. It says positive emotions help us think more creatively, explore, and build lasting resources like resilience and strong relationships. Over time, these resources support long-term happiness. But not all cultures see happiness the same way. Spiritual traditions like Buddhism and Vedanta focus on mindfulness, compassion, and transcending the ego. Collectivist cultures value harmony and duty over individual pleasure. These perspectives remind us that happiness isn't just personal, it's also cultural and spiritual. Today, most experts agree that no single model explains happiness completely. Integrative approaches combine pleasure, meaning, biology, and culture. The dual continuum model, for example, says mental health and mental illness are separate but related. Reducing distress isn't the same as building well-being. Measuring happiness is tricky, too. What counts as happiness in one culture may not in another. And while genetics play a role, our choices and environment matter just as much. As we wrap up, remember, happiness is both a personal and collective journey, shaped by emotions, meaning, relationships, and culture. The best path forward is one that balances theory, measurement, and real-life application.